are joined today by Kimberly Johnson. She's the visionary founder, president, and CEO of Developing Kingdoms in Different Stages, or otherwise known as Developing Kids. Kimberly, thank you for joining us today.
Diane, thank you for having me.
Of course, it's a pleasure having you. So, Kimberly, your organization is a remarkable nonprofit dedicated to serving communities in three key areas: prevention, family engagement, and community support. Now, before we delve into all these wonderful key areas, before and we delve into your mission and everything that you do, I want you to tell me a little bit about the story behind the founding of this wonderful organization, Kimberly.
Wow. Well, as the founder, it is very near and dear to my heart. I started the organization because I moved back to Detroit after graduating from college and noticed that young people kept coming to my door, wanting to play with my children, and there wasn't anywhere for them to play in the neighborhood. So I ended up with having those children in my yard all the time. And what I noticed was that not only myself, but the families on my block were driving outside of the city to find high quality programs. And I felt that we shouldn't have to do that to have high quality programs for our children. They should be right in our neighborhood. So that is how I started developing kids. And what I didn't realize was that probably about 5 months after I started the organization, that I would have a family tragedy that would leave me as a widow at 31 with three young children. But despite all of that, 7 months later, we kicked off our first programs of developing kids.
That's an absolutely beautiful story, Kimberly. It's so dear and personal to your heart. As I mentioned earlier in the introduction, we mentioned that your mission is to help these communities in three different areas, which is again prevention, family engagement, and community support. Can you tell us a little bit more about how do you achieve this, and how does it play a crucial role in making a positive impact on the community?
Absolutely. Diane, we provide tremendous support for young people ages 5 to 24. However, we are intentional to work with their entire families. So we provide after school and summer programming for young people from 5 to 24. For those who are 14 and 24 in the summer, it appears as workforce development. So we have a very intense 8-week program to provide them with some skill building activities so that they learn how not to just to get a job, but to keep a job. And also they have a paid work experience during that time. And then for the young people from 5 to 13 in the summer, they come to a 6-week, 8-hour day camp that runs Monday through Thursday. All of these activities are at no cost to our participants. And then throughout the school year, for those in high school, elementary school, and middle school, we provide activities for them throughout this academic school year in skill building, such as life skills, financial literacy, cooking, health and nutrition, as well as career exposure and college readiness. And as I mentioned before, all of these activities are at no cost to our participants.
That's absolutely beautiful. Now, as we understand, Kim, you're doing a lot, and for all these children and also young adults, there must be a lot of challenges achieving what you achieve. Can you tell us a little bit more about what are these challenges and how do you overcome them?
You know, we have a long waiting list for our programs, especially in the summer. We are getting ready to cap off our programs for the school year, and we haven't even hit January yet. There's still 6 months left in the school year. We are providing these services with limited capacity because we have outgrown our space. So we purchased a building last year in May, and we have kicked off our capital campaign and are renovating a 23,000 square foot space in Detroit, Northwest Detroit to be specific, at 6 Mile and Telegraph. I would also say that we have realized that a lot of our children, just across the city, need help with reading. Literacy is a major factor that is impacting the growth and development of our young people. So we are always looking for volunteers to come in. We spend a lot of money purchasing books and literacy curricula to be able to support them in those areas. But we do college field trips, and that transportation has increased greatly. We have not stopped doing those trips, but it is really causing some damage to our budget. But we continue to move on and press forward.
Kimberly, we'll talk a little bit about how people can help give in the light of Giving Tuesday, how people can help developing kids in achieving their mission. But before that, you mentioned something about volunteering, and we all know that volunteering plays a key role in all nonprofit organizations. So, can you tell us a little bit more about the volunteering opportunities? How can people volunteer, and where can they? What are some qualifications that you're looking for in a volunteer?
Well, volunteers can always go to our website and we have the application and information there, but also on the Share Detroit platform, they have been amazing. Through that platform, we have the opportunity to also post our wishes of what we like to have for our program for in-kind donations. And then we have volunteer opportunities posted there. We're looking for individuals who can come in 2 days a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, either for an hour to 2.5 hours. Whatever time they can contribute to us, we would greatly appreciate it. Because as I mentioned, we're looking for some support to help those young people, specifically from kindergarten through fifth grade. You don't have to be a teacher, you don't have to be a professor, but someone who will just have some patience and want to be a caring adult to make an positive impact in a child's life. Again, those days are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5:30 or from 4 to 6:30 p.m. The qualifications, again, we have an application. You must pass a criminal background check and a child abuse and child neglect check. And then we have a volunteer orientation that lasts for about 2 hours. And it's a very informal group, but we have just some strategies that we like to share and some processes that we want to make sure all of the adults working with our young children are familiar with as they come into the experience. So that is a great one for them.
Again, as Kimberly said, you can find more information about volunteering for developing kids or kingdoms in different stages at developingkids.org, or you can also find some more information on developing kids on sharedetroit.org. Again, it's developingkids.org and sharedetroit.org. Kimberly, I reviewed your social media, and I noticed how excited you guys were with your collaboration with Share Detroit. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, and how does that help your organization in particular?
I would say that the team at Share Detroit has been amazing, just in providing resources and opportunities for us to build the skills of our team internally in fundraising and volunteer recruitment. They also held a workshop for the past 2 years to help with support on how to do Giving Tuesday and to be very successful at it. Last year we participated, we were successful, and we also received $1,000 gift that was unexpected, and it was a grant because we were very active in the program with them. We utilized those dollars to help take our kids to some career and college tours that happened in the last spring.
That's absolutely amazing. We are very glad for Share Detroit. We are in continuous communication with them. They do tell us about all these incredible nonprofit organizations all over Southeast Michigan, and we are very grateful for highlighting these wonderful organizations. Kimberly, I know that you guys have an upcoming event this Saturday, the 18th. Can you tell us a little bit more about this event in particular and upcoming events?
Absolutely. We are having our Teen and Young Adult Summit. It is for young people from 14 to 24 years of age. You can come from anywhere in the city or outside of the city to this event. It is free, it's at no cost. It is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have more information, as you mentioned, on our website as well as on our social media platforms as TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, um, all of them. And this event is actually special because it is led by our alumni of the organization. So they are coming back to share with young people about what skills they've developed in their career paths and how they can get support to achieve their career goals. It will be held at the IBEW Local 58. We are very excited about a partnership we have for them because they are also doing a coat drive on that day for participants who have already signed up.
So again, if you want to find more information about this event coming up this Saturday, the 8th, November 18th, you can find more on their website, developingkids.org or sharedetroit.org. They also share these wonderful events. You can also find more information on all of their social media. I know Developing Kids is very, very active on social media. So on Facebook at Developing Kids, and on Instagram as well, and on X, and as you mentioned on TikTok. You guys are very active. You can find all this information on all of your social media. Kimberly, just a final word in light of Giving Tuesday. What would you like to tell people? How can they help you if they cannot volunteer, if they cannot be there in person? How can they help you? And what would you just like the final words about your wonderful organization?
Please email me at fundraising@developingkids.org. We would love to come and be a part of any holiday parties, presentations to companies, organizations, or families. We need to move into our building by June of next year. The construction will be complete at that time. More information is on our website so that we can stop turning young people away and move into this building and provide safe, caring adults for and in their lives and a safe place for them to go to do some positive activities in the city of Detroit. So we really need your help and support to everyone to help support that or introduce us to other people. Diane, you have been amazing for inviting us on here, and I thank Share Detroit for this opportunity. Again, fundraising@developingkids.org. Call us up.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. We loved having you here, and we are very grateful for all the hard work that you have been doing at your organization.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So again, to anybody who would like to help fundraise, donate, you can always send Kimberly an email at fundraiser@developingkids.org or check out their website, developingkids.org.